Hey guys, how's it going? Thought I would do another little reading today. Maybe little, maybe not so little. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Hope everyone is doing well on this Tuesday, May 2nd. So, yeah, I don't really have a lot to say prior to the reading today. Kind of a chillax day for me. I've got to go meet up with a dog sitting. Well, actually, it's cat sitting client later, but had a couple hours to spare. Figured might as well do this. So, yeah. I did a value card sort today. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's a really interesting exercise. And hopefully I will get my homework with that done, and then we can talk more about it next week. But yeah, it was kind of an interesting thing. You can look it up on the internet. I think there's an online version of it. Value card sort. And basically you just decide what's really important to you and then ask yourself if you're doing something in the pursuit of that value every day. So I found it interesting because there's 4 quadrants. So there's like work, education, personal growth, leisure, and relationships. And I had 0 values for my most important in leisure. So there's that, I guess. It's enlightening to see what you might be missing in your life. Yeah. And just for the record, yeah, I had an abundance of cards for my most important in the personal growth sector. But anyway, yeah, it's just that time in my life, right? So I've done the money thing, I've done the work thing, I'm kind of doing the education thing now, did the relationship thing, working on me now. So that's just my season in life. And you know, I'm in therapy with people ranging from the age of 20 to 55. So it was interesting to see how many different stages there were that people are currently in. But anyway, all right, so let's get this going. Spirit, source, God, creator, universe, can I get the current energies for today? Current energies for today. Current energies for today. Something flipped. Ooh, Tower in reverse. I like that it's in reverse because, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I like the Tower in general. Most people don't because it can be, whoa, sorry, that was my little phone clip. It can be a scary looking card, but Tower in reverse is actually, if you're going to get it, I guess, and it's going to be scary, then it's kind of the one you want in reverse. So Tower in reverse is disaster averted, right? But it's also fearing the change that comes with the Tower, right? With the Tower, the universe like forces you to jump out these windows, right? The building comes on fire. And you don't have a choice. You can't stay in your comfortable little castle for the rest of your life. The universe is like, yeah, no, get out of your comfort zone. So when it's in the reverse, it's kind of fearing that, right? But you could look at it as you left the castle before the fire started. So if you are comfortable with being uncomfortable, then you have a tendency, even when towers come in, to not react to them the way... I don't want to say most people, but the way some people would, right? I'm trying to think of a good example. So, I don't know, let's say you're living in a house that you're renting, right? And the owners decide that they're going to sell the house, so you have 30 days to move. Had you moved before the owner decided to sell the house, wouldn't have been a big deal, right? You just would have moved, even if you were comfortable. But if you wait until that 28th day and you have 2 days to move, then you're going to panic and freak out. So, disaster averted, crisis averted, but it's still a sudden change, a sudden shift, right? So there's a sudden shift going on that you are either taking the steps towards or very comfortable with. So that's good. I like that. And with that, we have the 6 of Wands, victory. So whatever it is that you're doing that's uncomfortable will result in victory. It's beautiful energy. And we got 2 6s here because there's 16 and 6. But avoiding those tower moments, avoiding that sudden change that the universe has to thrust upon you instead of you taking steps towards that change mindfully, willingly. You taking the willing steps is going to lead to victory. You will be victorious in that change. Oh my gosh, I can't. Why can't I think? I don't know. So card fell face down. We got 2. We got the 5 of Swords. So this is like fighting, you know, and he won, really, if you look at it. He's got all the swords. You know, the other 2 kind of gave up and went away. So it's conflict, right? It's conflict with others, and that could be conflict within yourself. But it's winning at all costs. You know, he beat those guys up pretty bad. So be careful not to be that person that does the winning at all costs mentality, right? Sometimes when you lose, you win. Think about that. And you don't have to have all the swords at the end. You know, I mean, there's 3 people and 5 swords. Why does he have to have all of them? Crazy. But anyway, and then the 3 of Wands in reverse. So 3s, 3 of Wands. It looks like he's about to go on an adventure. You see the airplane back there, you see the boats and whatnot, and he's kind of just sitting there like, am I going to go or am I not? But this is in the reverse. So 3 of Wands in reverse is, it's a delay, right? It's a setback. It's if you planned to do something, then it kind of failed. And that could be a result of this win at all costs energy, right? I mean, you're victorious in the change that you're trying to make, that you're avoiding disaster with. But if you take it too far and you think, you know, I have to win, I have to beat everyone else to the punch, then you're going to stagnate. Your plans are going to fail. They're going to delay whatever plans it is you're making. It doesn't say that you will not fulfill them, but this energy of the win at all costs will delay the victory that has been promised, really, if you think about it. Let's see, we got 6, 5, 3. Give me one more card about this energy. One more card about the energy, please. What can we expect with this change and victory? What can we expect with the change and victory that we're currently in? What can we expect? What can we expect? That is way too many. Sorry, guys. Let's see. We'll go one more time through the deck. There we go. 7 of Wands. That is defend yourself, right? Protect yourself. And really, it kind of matches all of these cards here, right? So when you defend and protect yourself, then sometimes you can do the win at all costs thing, right? And it can delay things. He's very defensive posture, very being attacked by 6 others, right? And the 7th one is the one he's using to defend himself. But it's kind of a dishonesty. No, that's swords. Let me read wands here. Self-defense, protect against competition, solo projects. So this could mean that you are leaving a group and going out on your own. If you had this win at all costs and you planned to have this life, business, relationship, whatever, in a community, in a collaboration, then maybe what happened was you ended up finding out that you're better off alone. But I do think it's more or less a warning that if you take that energy, if you take that, I'm going to win at all costs, doesn't matter what, I have to win, you're going to delay things and you're going to end up alone. Bottom line. Yeah, I'm going to leave the tarot portion there. I was going to maybe pull another card, but I don't think so. So just be aware of that, when you're in your victory, after you've made your change or whatever, be very careful with the energy of do whatever you have to do to win. Remember that sometimes when you lose, you win. And sometimes when you win, you lose. And I think this is saying is when you win at that energy, you will lose in the long run. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll leave the tarot portion there. I, I feel like it's more of a warning. You know, if you know that's coming, then you can navigate those energies. Then that's what the tarot is all about. It's not about future telling or fortune telling. It's about, this is the most statistically likely outcome if the energies don't change, right? You could become so, what is the word I want to use? A sore winner, I guess, with that victory, and then continue to try to win at all costs. And yeah. Anyway, let's get some advice for this energy. Oh, bracelet fell. Advice for this energy today. Advice for the energy today. Nope. Advice for the energy today. Advice. Advice for the energy today. No? No advice. Let's see. Advice. Wow. Okay. We got freeing yourself twice. And I'm going to take these two cards because they were the ones that fell where I could see them. And they were 2, awakening consciousness, 3, freeing yourself. These are the ones, let go, no matter what it is, let go. You know, attachments to outcomes, attachments to people, attachments to your comfort, right? Let go of those things, because when you do, you avert the tower. How do you free yourself? In the deepest sense, you free yourself by finding yourself. So you can't live free if you don't know who you are, right? I was talking about that value card sort today. You know, if I'm doing a job that has nothing to do with my values, then I'm probably in the wrong career, right? And we'll take this last, freeing yourself. That which is holding you down can become a powerful force that raises you up. You just have to be willing to take the ascent. So that's the same one we got yesterday. You know, we talked about that a lot yesterday, about how your superpower can be your, what do you call it? Your biggest weakness, if you will, if that's what you want to call it. So no, but you don't know that until you know yourself, and you can't know yourself until you let go of the judgments with yourself. So that is the way to free yourself. And then we've got 2, awakening consciousness. True personal growth is about transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. Transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. Well, I don't know what to say about that yet. If you go very deep, that is where you live. You live in the seat of consciousness. A true spiritual being lives there without effort and without intent. So, yeah, that's kind of just being really present, really aware of things that are happening as they're happening. You know, when you practice that, it becomes second nature, and it can be a subconscious thing eventually. And it literally means your subconscious has become conscious. I know, it's kind of a weird oxymoron, paradox, whatever you want to call it. But you know, it's like any other muscle in your body. If you practice being aware and conscious in the present moment, and you practice it so much, it becomes second nature to do that. And then when you do that, you can actually see things and analyze them quicker because you've spent time practicing doing that as well. And that is how you awaken your consciousness. So free yourself, awaken your consciousness, have your victories, but be careful. You know, be careful, because you could end up alone, and you could end up having to defend yourself against a bunch of people. And you know, if you're completely true, authentic to yourself, of yourself, by yourself, then you won't even feel a need to defend yourself. You just be like, yeah, that's cool. You can have your opinion, whatever. But just be aware. I think, yeah, that's the whole message for everything, is be very aware, be very mindful, be very present in the present moment, and conscious of it. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We'll talk in a minute. Much love and light. Hey, guys, how's it going? Just want to chat a little bit about the video. So to start out the reading, first the Tower card fell, but it flipped, but it stayed in the deck. And I actually kind of just saw it out of the corner of my eye, and it didn't really jump out the way the cards normally do. So I feel like that was kind of like hidden. Like you'll see it out of the corner of your eye and pick up on that. So pay attention to your peripherals, right? when you're paying attention to those peripherals, try to focus in on those. And then, yeah, just that. I said most people don't like the Tower when the phone cord actually kind of flew into the frame. And most people don't. Most people don't like change. We're in Taurus season. It's Earth energy, and Taurus is notorious for not liking change. You know, just being comfortable where they're at, and you know, like a turtle, slow and steady wins the race. So, excuse me. I have no reason to be tired. But yeah, so if you are one of those people, just know that you are among the many and not among the few. I talked about, you know, the example I used with the Tower was moving. You know, if somebody rented a house and the owner decided to sell it and whatnot. And sixes, specifically the Six of Swords, is a moving energy. So I feel like, you know, this Tower and the energy and whatnot is something about moving. I don't know if you're moving, you're going to be moving, you moved in the recent past, but there's some sort of movement happening. Because I even said taking steps. I said that like 3 or 4 times. And taking steps would be moving, right? Would be moving in the direction. Even the value card sort, when I was talking about that, and taking steps in the direction of moving towards your goals. Those things are going to require you stepping out of your comfort zone. I said win at all costs like 1,000,000 times. So, I wasn't sure if that fully defined what I meant when I say win at all costs, meaning dishonest, right? Because I slipped and said dishonest with the next card out, with the 7 of Wands. I read it as the 7 of Swords, which would be dishonesty. If you're having to lie or deceit or cheat to win, that is winning at all costs. You know, that's going against your values to attain a specific goal or outcome, and no good ever comes of that. It just doesn't. And I kept saying that the reading was a warning instead of you know, what to expect and whatnot, a warning. And usually a warning is about someone else. This time it's about you. It's about the subconscious nature that you have to do these certain things. You know, I like to think that I'm not a win at all costs kind of person, but I think there's situations when, yeah, I have to win. And they're subtle and they're hard to see. But you know, with the new consciousness, with staying present, mindful, and aware, you start to see those things and you're like, wow, did I really just do that? You know, and then that's how you avert the Tower, right? Because you can make your apologies, you can make your amends, you can correct it quicker if you catch it in the moment. The advice, when we got the cards for the advice, the free yourself cards, they literally knocked the Tower over. And you got 3 of them. So knocking the Tower over is, you know what, if you are okay with sudden change, then you never have a Tower moment, bottom line. And if you free yourself from the outcomes, free yourself from the attachments, free yourself from the limiting beliefs and the self-judgment, then you really won't experience Towers very much, because you will be comfortable with sudden change. So it's all about your comfort level. Like, the Tower isn't necessarily good, bad, or otherwise. It's how you receive the Tower that makes it good, bad, or otherwise. And then I was talking again about the value card sort when I returned the bracelet to the table. So the bracelet fell off, and this is the bracelet that's on my altar. That's always there. And it fell, and I felt like when I was watching the video again to do this little, whatever this is, it felt like handcuffs being let go. Like you've been handcuffed, you know, you've been tied. You think about it like a genie and the bracelets, right? And they have the bracelets on, and they can't take it off until they're somebody else, some other genie or whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's a thing about the bracelets and the cuffs, right? So when it fell off, I feel like that was, you know, finding out what your values are. Take off the cuffs, take off the limiting beliefs, take off the skin, you know, shed the skin of who you were taught or told to be, and try to discover who you are without the bracelets. And then I picked the bracelet back up with the value card. So then you put your own bracelets on. You know, decide what are your values, and then decide if the everyday things in your life are in alignment with your values. We talk a lot about being in alignment. That is a form of that. You know, be in alignment with your values. If you value self-awareness and you're not looking at your own shadows, then you're not taking that value seriously. You're not, well, I don't want to say taking it seriously, but you're not, what is the word I want to use? You are not as focused on it, or maybe you need to reassess whether or not it's truly important to you. And if it really, really is, then, you know, do something every day, one thing every day to make yourself more self-aware. But start there, right? I mean, I hadn't done that exercise ever. I had to do it for a class, and then I've done it now a second time in therapy, but it's kind of eye-opening. If you don't know who you are and you want to meet yourself, try a value card sort. All right, guys, so that's about all I have. Oh, we had a couple numbers. I think 66 was in there, and 4, I think 4, stability. I think we get 4 pretty much every reading. It's the foundation, the stability that we're after. But 66, 6s are all about love, and that empathy and compassion and self-love. So 66 might mean something to you. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Have a good day. We'll talk soon. Much love and light.